Wait.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
And welcome to episode 33.
Good. We're getting there.
Yeah.
Because I'm running out of things to wear.
And so, okay, we have to finish because Marcy's wardrobe does not go that deep.
Yeah, it's been creative. So one thing we want to let you know ahead of time is because we are very aware that people's lives are full and busy, we're going to really try to keep this
short and sweet, and it'll fit on Facebook.
Fit on Facebook.
Yeah.
Sounded like you said spit on Facebook.
Oh,
okay, sorry, I'm wasting time. Read.
Yeah, right. So, as you know, we read chapters going forward. We're up to chapter 27. Meanwhile, out in reality. And the whole disclosure about this is that I kept it in real time back then. And this was at the time that Bruce Jenner was having his interview with Diane Sawyer on ABC News. Landmark. Okay, I didn't go back and change pronouns or anything like that, especially because that was a point that Bruce made. Because he didn't at the time. The time. So that's how fresh and hot off the presses this is. Okay, and what this is referring to is that I had at this point in our coming out had come out to my whole family and your whole family, and including Morgan,
my brother,
your brother. Morgan is the Southern Republican of the family, unabashedly so.
Well, he just happens to live in Texas now.
He's from Massachusetts.
Right.
Where does that come from? But anyways.
It's not the South. Kennedy country.
So, and the point I try to make is that there's an old adage in TV, issue TV, and that's if just one person can be helped by a TV show, then our job has been well spent. So the next morning after this, the phone rang, and it's Morgan on the phone. And he's calling me to tell me that he saw the Bruce interview last night, and he wanted me to know. My heart went out to you. I feel like I understand a little better how hard it must have been, how much it must have hurt, and I want you to know that I love you. I support you. And if you need anything, my wife and I have got you covered. Through tears, I thank him. It's always the harder they are, the harder they fall, I suppose. And really, if his heart is melted by my story, then Bruce and Diane did their job, which dawns on me as I hang up. I'm the even one. That's it. Bruce's show helped me, the world's greatest athlete, won my brother-in-law over on my behalf. I'm speechless.
That'll be the day. I guess one thing I want to say about that is that we constantly get surprised by people's responses. And pleasantly, for the most part. I just had a phone call today with someone whom I only met once before, but was, looking into doing some maybe part-time work with him or something. So I called him just to check in and see how he was doing, and he said, so you say your work, what's your work? And I just went, oh, well, here we go again. So I told him the whole story about you and us and your book and us going and speaking and talking to people. And he said, well, I think your timing is perfect. First of all, he didn't miss a beat as far as whoa or wow or geez or your husband what. He just, oh, well, it must be really good timing. He just so took it in stride. And when I told him about the therapist workshop we're putting together with 2 therapists in Seattle, he said, that sounds really great, and I'm sure it'll be helpful. And it's really great that you're getting out there and helping people. And he asked what other kinds of resources there are for people who are LGBTQ. But, and then he said, if there's anything I can do to help, I don't know what it would be, but let me know.
Wow, that's amazing.
So, I guess that's just one point I want to make, that expectation can really be a pit.
Yes, and I fall into it all the time. I'm just used to...
Well, I was ready for the, oh my God, this guy's never going to
Yeah.
hear from me again, but he was wonderful, and that keeps happening.
Well, and that's the point that's being made today. I mean, the GLAAD media report came out today.
Cup, by the way.
And, two things happen. One is, it's trumpeting the whole idea that the more positive images of LGBT people out there, the better it is. It changes the world for everybody. Non-LGBT people, Q people.
Yeah.
Learn about how we are, and young LGBTQ people see that we're not all going to end up dead. Bottom line. But there's also another part of it, and that was, I don't want to rain on this parade, but I know that because I get the GLAAD reports anyways. But I heard somebody on NPR who was obviously a newsreader, and she was just reading whatever had been shoved in front of her, and she just read the headline of the press release, which says LGBTQ roles on television up to a record high. Now, if you read further, it says of 4.2%. 4.2% of the characters on television are on the LGBTQ.
Which is about 4.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's at a record high. So she's like trumpeting it, like, okay, good. Well, we don't have to do that anymore. We've done LGBTQ already.
No, so there's still room for educating.
Right.
And this gentleman also mentioned Jenner and said, I knew him.
Caitlin, say her name.
No, I'm making a point here.
Oh, yeah, right.
I knew Bruce years ago.
Oh, right.
And had not been in touch since Caitlin. But the other point he made was, and I tie it into Caitlin having really made this an international awareness because of her coming out and her show and everything. He said, well, it's probably much easier for people nowadays. He said probably even a few years ago, it would have been really, really, really hard for Scottie to come out.
Yeah, before we go any further, let's not run too fast and say, Caitlin, for all of her faults, for everything that people wanted to get down upon her inside the community and the way she misrepresented us, she did do that. She stepped out
visibility.
and she pushed the envelope that much further, and there's room for everybody to now stand up a little bit taller.
Well, it's so perfect.
So thank you, Caitlin.
Yeah, being an Olympic athlete, winning all those gold medals as Bruce, I just think because he was like an Adonis on a statue, as a statue, and so it just I think it made people really go, wow, because you can't say, oh well, he was a little feminine anyway. You know what I mean? I think it was a great wake-up call for anybody who thinks something differently about what it is to be trans.
Totally. Well, the best response was the Russian who came in second.
Yeah.
Who said, I got beat by a girl. That's awesome. Well, anyways, the bottom line point that we want to make is visibility is key.
Visibility.
Positive visibility is key.
And I want to also
use... everybody can help.
Yes, thank you. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Also, the word normalize. I kind of get... I mean, it's used a lot during the campaign season, and usually talks about how a lot of the negative rhetoric and behaviors, because we're so exposed to them in the media, get quote-unquote normalized, and people kind of sit back and get comfortable. But on the positive note, I think that's what we want to have happen with this. We want people to not have it stand out anymore, to be able to just be part of the world community.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So there. Okay, we kept it shorter.
That's right.
Yep.
So remember to radiate
light, laughter, and love.
We'll see you next time.
Yay, bye for now.